Hello, my name is Victoria Swan, and I'm a medical technologist. I worked in hospitals for 20 plus years. I retired now from that, but I'm a substitute teacher part-time, working in any grade, any classroom. I wanted to share with you a most extraordinary experience I had with the Compassion Buddha, Kuan Yin. I was on my way to Toronto to a Kuan Yin retreat with Master Sha, and I had trained quite a bit, and I was approved for and was about to receive the transmission from Master Sha that made me a lineage holder. I was so happy and excited, and I was in line getting my ticket arranged when a young Chinese woman comes running up with written material on an envelope. I could see it was like Chinese and there was English, and the agent was trying to make heads or tails and realized that there was a flight number on there and told her she had to go to the international terminal and how to follow the signs and everything. But clearly this young woman was not really confident in doing that. So I indicated to her to wait, and I took her over there. So we found the counter for the airline, and while she didn't want me to leave yet, so I didn't. And while I was looking around for potential people that she could sit with, and I saw a lovely looking happy couple sitting there calm, and I asked them if they could keep an eye on her, or maybe she could sit with them once she gets everything arranged. And they were happy to do that. So she still, when she was done, she had her ticket, and I think she had 3 or 4 hours to wait, but I had to go, and she did not want me to go. And okay, so I waited a few minutes. Of course, we couldn't speak, but she was just happy that I was there. And I waited, and finally I realized I really needed to go. So I said goodbye. Thank you. It was wonderful to meet you. Thank you to the couple. And the girl jumps up and says, Kuan Yin. And I say, Kuan Yin? And I'm wondering, well, how does she know I'm on my way to a Kuan Yin retreat? And she said, Kuan Yin. And she said something to the gentleman who told me that she thinks that I am Kuan Yin. And I said, no, I'm so honored. Thank you. No, I am not Kuan Yin. I love Kuan Yin, thinking I could make some sort of separation. There's me and there's Kuan Yin, and I love Kuan Yin. But that didn't seem to matter. She just kept insisting that I was Kuan Yin. And so I couldn't do much other than to bow and thank her and be internally just so incredibly honored, and realizing that Kuan Yin's presence was being felt. Obviously, this young woman must know Kuan Yin to have been able to think that possibly I was Kuan Yin. So I left, and before I turned the last corner, I turned around in case they were looking. I'd wave goodbye one more time. But not only was she looking, she actually was just standing there looking at me. And so I bowed again and waved, and she waved slowly. It was sort of like in the movies. And I realized this young woman was really feeling the presence of Kuan Yin, that Kuan Yin was so present with me. And I was so touched and so amazed and so honored. And then I had a bigger realization, and that was the whole time I had walked with this young woman. Now, I would have walked with her, before I ever met Master Sha. I was pretty good-natured in some areas, and I would have been glad to have walked her to where she needed to be. But I would have been grumbling in my head how hot I was, or how heavy the suitcase was. I was not feeling well, so it took a lot of strength, and it was on a rug, and it was heavy, and so although I would have done this good deed, I would have been thinking some thoughts about how uncomfortable I was. But this time I was not. I really was focused on the well-being of this young lady, not just to get somewhere, but that she be comfortable and feel relaxed. And she really must have felt that, because by the time we got there, she was fine and smiling and happy. And we know it's because of Kuan Yin. And that was such a realization, because I just did not have the typical grumbly thoughts. And so I want to thank Kuan Yin for this experience, because she really showed me that it's possible. It's so possible. If you have the desire to study and get to know Kuan Yin and do your practices to become better and better acquainted and more and more able to carry the characteristics of Kuan Yin. So I want to thank Master Sha, who made this completely possible. Otherwise, it would never have happened for me. I would never have known about this amazing invisible world. And I want to thank the other teachers and my fellow students who made it possible for me on this path. Thank you so much.